What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to OzSide Football, your number one football destination with an Australian twist. We're back again with the potty. Matt, we're back.
Yeah, welcome. Arsenal and after a routine of both losing on the weekend. I'm still happy to be here.
We are both on YouTube and Spotify, so wherever you're listening, thank you so much for listening to us, whether it be our face and our voice or just our voice on your drive to Woolies.
Yep.
Today we're going to discuss all the biggest games from the weekend, both in Premier League, Serie A, Bundesliga, everywhere. There were some pretty big results on the weekend. Obviously, the Serie A got started over the past week as well. And then we got another round of Premier League. Not as controversial a round of Premier League, but definitely some talking points to talk about. And I guess there's no better place to start than the Arsenal against Chelsea. Chelsea winning 2-0 in that game. Romelu Lukaku coming home and scoring a goal. What was your thoughts on the match, Harry?
Personally, people are going to call me a fake fan, but in Australia, these games are played at like 2 a.m. I have to get up for work at like 5:36. So I honestly, I couldn't watch it. I woke up and watched it. They were just better than us, eh?
Yeah.
Reece James took Kieran Tierney for a bit of a drive, but well, like we had some moments. There were definitely some moments there where like we can take some real positive notes out of it. From what I saw, Lokonga looks pretty promising.
Yeah. A lot of Arsenal fans saying that.
Yeah, and that's good to see. But like, fuck man, you can't play Pablo Mari and Holding. You just fucking can't. You just can't. It's legit. That's respectfully. That centre-back pairing could play next to each other in the championship and still lose. So, what are they doing coming up against Chelsea? I don't know.
Well, the problem is, who do you have to replace them? Because I think Ben White was unavailable. Gabriel was unavailable.
No. That's what I mean. But, like, fuck me. I'll go back to it. Why the fuck are we where is Saliba?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
He's a class defender.
Been there. Should have been there.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, what else are you meant to do, eh? Chelsea just, they look the goods as well. And but Leno put off that save. That save was stupid.
Yeah, it was really, really good. The problem was Kieran Tierney kept not being a left back.
Yeah.
He kept trying to be that centre back, and Reece James just had that whole right hand side to just do whatever he wants.
But that shows Kieran Tierney's distrust of the player next to him.
Well, that's exactly it. If he doesn't think Pablo Mari is going to do anything or Rob Holding's going to do anything, then obviously he's going to try, leave that left-hand side open, and then what are you going to do?
Yeah, I completely agree. So, yeah, we got a lot to learn. We got City this week, and honestly...
And you have West Brom in the midweek who are flying.
Yeah, well, that's concerning. I say that much. But with the City game, everyone be like, City this, City that. Honestly, it's typical Arsenal go and beat City at City right now.
That's it.
That is most typical fucking Arsenal thing to do. I said to Jeff yesterday, I said, we need God. And then he goes, I don't think God can save us. I said, well, the devil would actually quite help, wouldn't it? Because we need something. We need some unholy power or fucking someone to do something.
Well, that's it. Well, you look at it, right? You've spent the most in Europe. You've spent the most in the Premier League. And where has your squad improved?
Yeah, but we've only spent the most because City haven't signed fucking Kane for 100 million yet.
Yeah.
Right? And fucking PSG got all of those bastards on a free, still somehow don't get to fucking do financial fair play.
Yeah.
Chelsea just dropped a bag on Lukaku and most probably going to drop another bag on someone else. I know everyone's criticising Arsenal, but we've brought in 5 players that are actually quite young. I will defend my club there. Brought in Lokonga, Nuno Tavares, Ramsdale, Ben White, Odegaard. Pretty young, like a lot of young talent, actually.
They're very young. But you need seniority, and your seniority comes from apparently Granit Xhaka, who was out the door a couple of weeks ago to Roma, and now he's a captain again.
I like Xhaka.
I know you
Not many Arsenal fans do.
I'm not a big fan of Xhaka.
No, it's fair. It's fair. Should Xhaka start? Maybe sometimes no.
I don't think he should be captain at all.
No, I think he should.
But then, man,
the Arsenal fans, fuck me, I'm Australian, so I can't really speak. But at the stadium, the way we treated Arsene Wenger, the way we treated Alexis Sanchez, the way we treated Mesut Ozil, it just baffles me. So someone like Xhaka with a bit thicker skin has to be captain. Because if you're captain, mate, look at Aubameyang and Lacazette. All of a sudden, they stop firing, and the club wants to get rid of both of them.
Yeah.
They weren't saying that when they were scoring goals for fun. They weren't saying that at all. Same with Leno. Leno's getting messages saying, like, you should kill yourself, like
and he pulls that out of his ass.
The keeper did in Germany. And, like, he's served the club unbelievably well in times like this. But the fans still go him. Like, you can't fucking win with Arsenal fans. So someone like Xhaka has to be captain. That's going to stand there and go, no, fuck you. I'm trying my best and I'm playing my football.
Arsenal fans are very, very reactive. Very reactive.
Man, Arsenal fan TV, I know they're all fucking rich now and they've done really well to build a platform, whatnot. And I like Robbie. I really like Robbie.
Don Robbie.
But the rest of them, I think, could possibly have things like ADHD and bipolar going on because the way they react in different weeks to different things is fucked. And it goes across the whole fan base, man.
It's fucking mental. Like watching the fan cams after the game, like it's mental.
Yeah, and like at the moment we're in a rough patch, and I see people going, "Oh, Arteta out, Arteta this." This is the problem with football nowadays. Nobody wants to wait to see what someone can do. Fergie didn't hit the ground running at United. Arsene Wenger didn't hit the ground running at Arsenal. Like neither. Like a lot of great managers don't hit the ground running. You've got to give them time. Am I saying Arteta's like Arsene Wenger or Sir Alex Ferguson? No. But who the fuck expected Jose Mourinho to be one of the greatest to ever do it? You literally don't know where it's going to come from or who it's going to be.
Well, Arsenal fans want Conte in. And my argument to that is that Conte wants bags and bags of money and Arsenal don't have bags and bags of money.
If Juventus can't afford to pay Conte and Chelsea struggle to agree a deal with Conte and Inter are struggling, well, Inter obviously is struggling financially, but what makes you think Arsenal are going to do that? And then you know what they'll do? They'll complain still that we don't spend enough money.
Yeah, exactly. With Conte. But, you're probably not... I think I see a lot of Arsenal fans saying we need a couple more signing-ins. You've spent 130 million and you've brought 5 players in and you're like, we need 2 more signings.
The only thing I would like to see I'm not saying spend money at all, anything like that, is maybe a kid in a right back position, and that's about it.
You need a right back, and you haven't signed a right back.
But I don't give a fuck if it's someone from Championship. Like if they cost us nothing or a bit, like we just need someone actually there.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of talent. There's plenty of talent in the world to find a right back for less than 10 million.
You should be playing Ainsley Maitland-Niles at right back.
Yeah, but I think he's like Ox. I don't think he wants to play wide. I think he wants to play down the guts. But nonetheless, enough about Arsenal. Sorry for all the rants, people. We're here to discuss positive vibes. Everton, not really positive, but Everton Leeds. It was a good
game. It was a really, really good game. We kept up with them. Everyone knows Leeds are very, very excitable, very, very fit.
Nerdable.
Yeah.
The fittest in the league. Yeah.
But we kept up with them for the whole 90 minutes. We were pushing on. Yeah, even arguably the last 10 minutes of that game, we should have won it. Like, we were the team that was asking questions and all that sort of stuff. But that Rafinha, their right wing, is fucking amazing. He is so good. His left boot is incredible. He is quick. He's direct. He was very, very good. But all in all, 2-2 was a very, very fair result. Personally, I think that could have happened. Like, we had the lead, it was 2-1, and then Rafinha scores that, and it's like, in the balance of the game, I feel like 2-2 was a very fair result. But I'm just happy that, weirdly enough, I'm happy we didn't have Carlo for that game. If Carlo Ancelotti was our manager, we would have lost that game by a lot. Because Rafa had the tactics to either win the game or shore up the game enough so that we come away with something. Carlo would have just told the boys to just play, and we would have lost that game like 3-1 or something stupid like that. Yeah. So, all in all, good point. 4 points on the board. Happy days. Undefeated. Undefeated.
Yeah, that's not bad.
No, yeah, I'm happy with that.
I thought Yerry Mina's little scuffle with Bamford in the corner was shocking.
It was fucking funny. It was so funny to watch.
It was funny, but God, I did not expect that from a man of the size of Yerry Mina.
Oh no, he does it all the time. He likes to get into people's heads. Like from the first minute, he was like just chatting to Bamford, like trying to get under his skin and just trying to put him off. To be fair, it worked because he didn't really do anything all game.
Nah.
So
Wait, who set up the Rafinha goal?
Rafinha's goal was him setting it up. He pulled it down from a corner and then whacked it.
Bamford.
No, Rafinha. Bamford assisted the click goal.
Yeah. So Bamford did do a bit, but someone laid off for Rafinha.
I can't remember who it was, but someone
I
did.
think it was the French guy, Theroux or something. He has a different name.
Yeah.
But yeah, on to the next game. Man City Norwich. Do we need to talk about it?
No. Grealish just gave me 8 points on FPL, so.
Yep, cool. We don't like City. Next one, Liverpool Burnley. Did you watch?
I watched up until the second Salah goal, and I just switched off.
Naby Keita deserved every chance he got in fulfilling the number 8 role, and Harvey Elliott is crazy talent. Transporter Sadio, very nice. Burnley didn't do much at all.
No, but
then,
Burnley aren't in trouble. If there are any Burnley fans out there, and I don't think there are.
I don't think there are.
They're not in trouble because they'll be fine.
Yeah. And then we watched. Did you watch Watford Brighton?
I watched the highlights. The good thing I saw from Brighton is that Neil Maupay scoring goals.
Yeah,
good on him,
that's
because
exactly
he scored last week,
thought.
scored this week.
Yeah.
That was the problem last year. If they're giving him the opportunities, it looks like he's taking them this year, so they'll be fine. If he's scoring the goals and because the way they play, they're very attacking. They do create a lot of chances. They just everyone's saying they need a striker. I mean, if Maupay's going to be doing it for them, they don't need a striker. So good on Brighton. They're 2 wins from 2.
Yeah, they are. And I was kind of surprised Watford lost.
So am I. After that result against Villa, I thought maybe Watford have something about themselves this year.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Palace, Brentford, 0-0, David Raya, proving people wrong. A lot of people tip Brentford, especially Championship fans, said Brentford need a new keeper. Raya's not good enough, and Raya gives them a point away from home with a fingertip save from MacArthur outside the box, which Brentford would take a lot away from a 0-0 draw away in London.
Well, Palace just need to click together as well. It's not like they have literally a whole new squad, a whole new identity. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. They need to give that team time to gel.
They played that Tyreek Mitchell.
Tyreek Mitchell, I left.
Yeah. And then I'm looking here. Joachim Anderson and Mark Weir played together, which was interesting. And Schlupp on the left wing instead of playing in like a midfield or a left back role. So, and Kouyaté went back into the midfield with those centre backs on him. So I thought that was interesting. Palace only used one substitution. They only brought on AU. And I thought that was interesting considering Mateta isn't playing at all, but Benteke is starting.
I feel like
Jairo Radaville is still there on the bench as well.
I feel like it's because they have a clause in his contract to, if he plays a certain amount of games, they have to buy him.
Yeah.
So it might be a case of they're not too sure about him, so they don't want to play him, so that they have to pay the money for him type of thing.
Yeah. Well, we saw with Brentford, they lined up a bit differently. They lined up with a back 3, but they played with Henry, who's a fullback. He played on the wide.
Yeah, right.
But Sergio Canos played on the other side of him, and Canos was allowed to push up, but Henry not as much. And then you saw like the middle 3 of Onyanka, Norgard, and Yanelt. I'm not too familiar on Yanelt. I haven't watched too much of him. And then Mbeumo and Tony up top. Fucking Tony was unlucky not to score there a few times.
Well, yeah, he's going to get running. He's sooner or later that boy's going to score a goal, and then he's just. He just
needs to score a shitty goal like Jack Grealish did.
Yep.
It just needs to go over the line. Doesn't matter if it's top corner or through the keeper's legs.
And then he'll be flying.
Yeah. Speaking of through the keeper's legs, let's go to United versus Southampton, where Greenwood scored through the keeper's legs. Did you watch?
Apparently, that wasn't his goal. Oh no! Apparently, Che Adams. It was a Fred own goal.
Well, I lost a multi. I had Southampton for 4 shots on target, and they reckon Che Adams wasn't shooting on target, even though.
Well, that's exactly it. That's. I was like, what?
Southampton had 3 shots on target. Yeah. I lost my multi by that, even though Che Adams scored. I know. Lost because apparently he wasn't on target.
Bullcrap.
Stupid. But
I did watch that
game. Yeah, I thought Southampton looked better than United.
I was going to say I thought Southampton should have won.
Yeah, Armstrong didn't really touch the ball, and and Che Adams sat really like deeper than him.
Yeah.
But I think United kind of struggled with the way Southampton kind of went about their business that day.
Southampton were very physical with United.
And they didn't like with Leeds pushed them, so it allowed a lot of room in behind.
And Southampton are not that.
No, but they also held the ball. Like
exactly.
They tried to hold possession in their half, so that even if United were to turn the ball over, they weren't able to get in behind. They had to run at them.
Well, yeah, that's
instead of getting balls in behind them. So
yeah, I thought, my problem as well is that for large parts of the game, Bruno was just walking.
Yeah, he was shocking.
Like he wasn't doing anything, and him and Pogba were playing on the same side of midfield. Like, why are you putting two of your best distributors of the ball on the same side of the pitch? Like, everyone knows if Bruno is somewhere, just go there. Like,
I agree.
I don't know. Well, that's
I don't know why Martial started.
He was shocking as well.
Yeah, he was shit.
He was so shit.
I tell you, he was actually really good. Sorry, we'll go back to your point, but while I remember, Livramento.
He was well good. He was also well good against us as well last week.
Yeah, but like he actually like just takes it to the defender. He doesn't hesitate to take on a dribble and doesn't hesitate at all to back himself. And it was a breath of fresh air. He almost created that goal. Armstrong was around less than a metre away from it.
Yeah.
But he just kept going. Got the ball in the box and wasn't a bad ball at all. But yeah, I agree. United looked clueless. And like even when like I just don't understand why Martial's playing up top by himself. Like that's not going to win you a title.
Fuck no.
At all.
No.
Respectfully as well. I'll say that respectfully.
No, well yeah, that's it. And it's like I just don't get why. I hate it when football players do that, where they're just walking like they think they're that.
Yeah.
And it's just like, bro, you're 1-1 against Southampton, and you're telling me you're walking around the pitch like you think you're just gonna do something magical.
Yeah.
Like, fuck off. Like, I get it, Bruno, you're a great player and all, but fuck off. Like, you don't deserve to just walk around. Like, you would never see a Michael Carrick do that. Just walking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, or a Wayne Rooney,
sure.
or literally any one of the old Man United teams just walking.
Yeah.
And that's where, although I said Man United are going to win the league, that's the problem. They need to beat Southampton.
Yeah.
They need to beat those teams. If that was City today, City would have done them 3-0. Chelsea would have done them. Liverpool would have done them. And Man United draw. And that's Man United's problem. They need to pick up points.
Yeah.
And if they can't,
Yeah, happens to the best of the clubs. And it's a learning curve. You'd rather learn now than in March.
No, that's it. And I swear to God, next week, if I see Bruno Fernandes walking, I'm going to uncaptain him.
Yeah, likewise. And to the last game, did you watch Wolves Spurs?
I did watch Wolves Spurs. I was flicking between the two.
Yeah, I had Goal Rush on, so every highlight from Wolves Spurs came through to me, and the boys in the Xbox party were watching the Wolves game and giving me updates. Wolves look all right.
They do. It's interesting because they're playing Adama Traore off the left because Trincão's off the right. But also Tottenham we'll talk about it in transfers more, but Tottenham want to buy Traore.
Yeah. We'll talk about that in transfers.
But I just don't feel it's natural for him to play off the left.
Yeah, but his output's arguably gotten better.
Yeah.
He goes missing on that right-hand side, eh?
He does go missing. People rant and rave about Traore, but sometimes he doesn't do anything.
No. And wait until Neto's back, because there's something wrong with Neto.
Plays on. Yeah. Neto will play off the left. It makes sense. Yeah. It makes sense for Traore to leave.
Yeah.
But I think Wolves, again, another team that got a new manager, and they just need to learn to play together again. And Jimenez needs to, get back.
He's back into it.
Do you see the head thing he's wearing?
Yeah.
I'm like, surely you would never go for a header. Ever again.
I think you'd be... I think you'd be more inclined to.
Would ya?
Yeah, well, he's got protection, and he's more educated then. He's well more educated. Think about how many sit-downs he would have had.
Yeah.
In games he would, but not in training.
Oh, training, God no.
In Liverpool, I don't think they do headers in training.
I think it's in every Premier League club. You can only do a certain amount of proper headers in training.
Yeah, I think Milner was. I remember Milner being one of the first players who studied CTE.
Yeah.
Which is, for people that don't know, there's documentaries on Netflix. Aaron Hernandez, NFL player, he had it. It's from constant knocking of the brain, and that's what we're talking about with Jimenez here. But yeah, I think Wolves look good, eh? Like, I know they lost, and that Tanganga's getting a bit of hype from Spurs. When I watched it, I thought Jimenez should have scored from that shot in the box.
Yeah.
Adama should have fucking made it 2-1.
Yeah.
If Jimenez scored.
Yep.
Adama's miss is shocking.
Well, that's him, but he's all pace, power, no output.
Yeah. And I thought Stefan Bergwijn looked good. He
was great. Did you see that little whatever he did on the touchline? Like, that was crazy.
Yeah. It was a ball roll to a toe poke.
Yeah, like it was nuts.
It just accelerated. Yeah, it was nuts.
But Spurs are looking good as well. 2 wins from 2.
Spurs looking good. Yeah, Nuno doing Nuno things. 1-0 wins. It's all you fucking need, people. That's Italian football. I know Nuno's not Italian. Don't call me an idiot. But that's Italian football. You keep teams to 0, you need to score 1. Simple. Yeah. It's very simple ideology, and Nuno's clearly got similar.
It could also all crumble, and I hope it does.
Yeah, likewise. I fucking hate Spurs. I hope City get relegated.
Yes.
We're going to go to Italy, speaking of Italian football, because there were some interesting things.
Couple of interesting things.
Yeah, we'll start with my team. We're really fucked up.
It was ridiculous.
We're getting relegated.
Dragovski, like...
Yeah.
What was it, 15 minutes in and does something as stupid as that? Like, why are you coming out for that?
I thought the contact was fucking minimal.
No, but the thing is that
it's a red card. But I was just like, what are you doing? Like, he's such a good keeper. He actually is. He's an actual really good player. But yeah, it just has brain farts sometimes. To be honest, I can't even remember who scored for us because I got bloody brain fog at the moment. But Tammy Abraham made his debut against us. He looked all right.
He was well good.
Yeah, he looked good. Mkhitaryan seemed to be offside for one of their goals, but it didn't get called. It stood. But we just struggled, We just struggled.
Yeah.
And Roma just looked better, and Dragovski getting a red card just made everything really fucking hard.
Because then you'd have to play with 9 players.
Oh, Milenkovic scored for us.
Oh, that was well good. Off the corner.
Yeah. Set piece come in and he took a touch and finished it. But look, Vlahovic had an opportunity or two. One of them was back to goal, which is what a lot of coaches in the Prem are looking at him for. He is great for back to goal. And if you're a centre back trying to get the ball to him, it's quite hard because he's quite big. But yeah, so we lost and we can take that. It's Roma doing Roma things.
And Mourinho, and he's doing whatever.
Tammy Abraham's first game. Yeah, Mourinho's there, whatnot. But
I think Tammy Abraham will do really well in Italy.
Yeah.
He'll do really well.
Like I said, he's joining a sick club. Like the British that have moved there, I think it's really cool. But so we saw Bologna beat Salernitana 3-2. They actually ended up with 9 men at the end of the game, and Marko Arnautovic scored in his...
every single game that I watched had a red card in it. I watched the Bologna highlights. I watched the Napoli Venezia.
Fiorentina Roma, there was
Fiorentina Roma. It was like, bro, what's going on in the Serie A?
Yeah, no, they're all freaking angry. Everyone needs to freaking calm down.
Everyone's angry.
Why is everyone so angry? But Udinese went and got a draw at Juve.
I did watch that, and then
Szczesny giving away a goal.
Did you see the Ronaldo celebration, and then it was called off?
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah, that was hard. That was harsh. Yeah, that was harsh. Call. Yeah, and the De La Feu called to make it 2-2. I thought that was harsh as well. VAR in Italy had a fucking shocker, to be honest.
They had a lot of work to do, and it wasn't all good work.
Yeah, and look, beIN Sports uploads shocking highlights, so it's really hard to tell sometimes what the actual angles are like. But Ronaldo I think was harshly done by, but Udinese getting an important fucking
they need that. They need that.
Yeah, because like I said, they haven't got Rodrigo de Paul or Musso anymore. Like they're starting on a clean slate without their 2 best players. So Udinese getting 2-2 draw. Inter went and smacked Genoa for 4. And Torino lost in the last minute to Atalanta.
Tough.
A very weak side as well. Atalanta had a weak...
Torino are a very weak side as well.
Yeah, but I'm saying for Atalanta standards, who they didn't have...
Yeah.
Like, what that could turn into scary.
And I think I watched the Napoli-Venezia game purely because I wanted to just watch Venezia's kit in action.
Yeah. How'd that go for you?
And Napoli just way too good. Like, Napoli were down to 10 men after something like 20 or 30 minutes. But they didn't look like they were playing with 10 men the whole time.
No.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate for Venezia because we love the bikies here. And I'd love to see them stay up.
Seriously love Venezia.
I'd love to see them stay up, but just Napoli was just too quality, too much quality. For Venezia.
Well, like Osimhen's really like coming into his own now, eh? And then you got like Insigne and Mertens next to him, Politano, like
they were just too much.
Zielinski and Fabian and stuff like that.
They were just too much.
Too good. And they Napoli do a really good job of holding on to their best players, but also only bringing in like 1 or 2 every year, so they're not like crowding themselves in signings.
Yeah, that's it.
If that makes sense. So like one year they'll bring in one big player and maybe another smaller player, and then they'll do the same the next year. So that way they can focus on those 2 players and integrating them into Italian society, and making them feel as comfortable as possible off the pitch.
Especially living in Naples would be great.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, Naples is beautiful. But let's go to Spain, speaking of beautiful. Atletico beating Elche. Elche actually signing Mascaral this morning, which is a big signing for them. But Atletico, Correa scoring again. I said last week he's playing striker, and he's proven me right
he's
again.
Doing it.
Yeah, he's doing it. 2 goals in 2 games. And Elche are a hard opponent, a lot harder than people would like to write off for. So, yeah, Atletico getting it done. Sevilla this morning, Lamela scoring a last-minute winner.
Did he? I didn't watch that.
Yeah, I can't remember who they beat because I was on my way to work and listening to it. But Lamela scored a last-minute winner. It's good to see Lamela enjoying football. And then Athletic Bilbao and Barcelona had a 1-1 draw.
I did watch the highlights of that. Very boring game. I don't know how it was in the full 90, but watching the highlights, it looked pretty boring.
Yeah, and then Levante and Real Madrid went 3-3.
I watched that, and I always watch the Real Madrid games because I want to see Carlo fail.
Yeah. What do you think of Vinicius? Interesting, eh? Because remember last year...
He's weird.
Remember last year, Benzema on camera didn't cover his mouth, and they made out that he said to Ferland Mendy, do not pass him the ball.
Yeah. He's
playing against us.
Yeah.
And here he is, he's getting 2 goals and salvaging a point. So
that's what I mean.
Bale scored. And Bale scored.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, Vinicius is one of those players, right? Everyone's talking about him like he's the next big thing. He's the big poster boy for FIFA.
Just Brazilian left winger. And it's just like sometimes he scores 2 goals and salvages a draw. And sometimes he's just right shit. Yeah.
Like, he's very polarizing. He's a very... Yeah. I don't know what it is. Is it confidence? Is it La Liga? But if you can't fucking do it in La Liga, where else are you gonna do it? In France?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't know. He's still young. He's still very young. Oh yeah. Speaking of France, there was a big thing in France.
Yeah, so I'd like to say this. People that don't know, French supporters are what you'd call ultras for the most part. Ultras are hardcore supporters and often take things a bit too far. But when they don't, the atmosphere is something that you'll not find at any other sport in the world. Nice fans are fucked.
They're
known
crazy.
To do this, bro. They're known to do this.
Crazy.
Yeah, and it's disappointing because Nice look like they would win. And now, Now, I don't know what they do when it's an abandoned game. I think it's completely rescheduled.
Do they? Oh, I thought... No,
because if you abandon it at the 70th minute, but then you can come back on and finish it the next day or some shit like that. But they never did that.
Yeah, no, they didn't. So would it then be... Would they just give each team a point?
Who knows?
Yeah, but that was weird. Like, you don't throw... First off, you don't throw things at players. Second off, you don't kick off when that thing gets thrown back at you because you're a dickhead for doing it in the first place.
Yeah. Well, and like, how much can this is a problem I have, and I'm sure you're the same. As I've gotten older, I've realized famous people are people.
Well, that's it.
You know what I mean? And fucking Payet, most probably one of the best, most paid players in League One, right? How patient would they be if someone was throwing bottles at them while they were trying to do their job?
Well, that's exactly it.
And while they're the most focused on person at the job, by the way, he's the most focused on person at Marseille. He is the one who is relied on to deliver, and here you are throwing full water bottles, not like
no.
That fucking hurt. Like,
oh fuck yeah.
And yeah, it just kind of frustrated me to see that. And Dolberg scores with his chest, great goal. And it all gets cancelled out because you guys have been real big D-doids, Did
you see the Marseille trainer when he literally runs onto the pitch, whacks a dude, and then runs away?
Yeah.
I thought that was great. I thought that was so funny.
But Marseille fans are, it's not going to be pretty when Nice go to play Marseille later.
No, it won't. No,
Marseille fans, for people that don't know,
Marseille fans are fucking crazy as well.
I said it last week. Stadium looks on fire the whole time. They got flares and shit going off. But on a more positive note, Rennes got a 1-0 win against Nantes with a Santa Maria assist on his first game within days of signing for the club.
Yeah, that's good. He needs to get off the ground running, but he knows what to do in France.
United fans would be pretty happy with that news. The better Santa Maria does, the more likely you are to bring Camavinga into your club.
That's it.
Lyon and Clermont Foot had a fucking 3-3 draw.
Good on Clermont Foot, by the way. I was very surprised by that result.
We like football. Yeah, we really
do
like
some
good football.
But also Lyon.
Dembele with a double, and Paqueta doing Paqueta things. Paqueta, from what I could watch, forked Lyon a bit out of the mud there. So,
yeah.
But Dembele getting a double, which is good for Dembele, because ever since was he at Fulham? Yeah, he's at Fulham, and then he went to Celtic. Fulham,
and then he was at Atletico.
Yeah, no, he went to Celtic. And then he went to Atletico, get a bit, and then he's gone back to Lyon. So he looks like he's just finding feet. But yeah, Lille are struggling now. Hey, they got a 1-1 draw with Saint Etienne. Yilmaz scoring.
It's just Lyon had to sell a lot of their assets. Like new coach. It's like you done the thing, you won the league, you beat PSG, you won the league. Your coach leaves. Your coach then smacks you 4-0 the first game of the next season.
Yeah.
And you're also without a lot of your key pieces.
Well, it's time for Bamba and Jonathan David to step up and be like, fuck, we gotta get top 4 again.
Well, that's it. Well, they have very good pieces.
We gotta make sure we deliver money. Yeah, we gotta make sure we deliver
Jonathan
money.
Ikone is very good.
Yeah.
Obviously, Sven Botman is very good as well.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
they have pieces.
But Lille fans and people that want to watch Lille, don't be discouraged because Monaco fucking lost to Lens.
And I am very high on Monaco. We are very high on Monaco.
Yeah, they lost to Lens at home, but we know from last year Lens are getting results and continue to get results, actually. So Lens started off with a 2-0 win against Monaco.
Yeah, good on him. Good on him.
Truly good on them. That's Monaco, as beautiful a place it is, that's really hard to travel to and actually get a result.
Very good football club. Historically.
Yeah, so it's hard for your fans to get to the Monaco game because of how crazy of a place Monaco actually is in real life. Away from football, Monaco's like a very rich place. So you rarely have your away fans. So it's pretty sick to see Lens go and get a 2-0 win away from home in such conditions. But let's go to I think we could arguably say the best league in the world at the moment in terms of what results are coming out of it and players that they are producing, the Bundesliga.
Is it? Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think it's had a better start than the Prem. People just don't pay attention to it.
It has had the results in the Bundesliga, besides Bayern Munich, are more sort of, you don't know what's going to happen.
Even Bayern this season drew 1-1 with Mönchengladbach first game, and then they just scraped over Cologne on this weekend, beating them 3-2. And the thing that makes it interesting is Mönchengladbach go from getting a draw with Munich on the first game of the season to getting whacked 4-0 by Leverkusen the next week.
Well, that's it. That's why I'm saying it's so unpredictable. You don't know what's going to happen. It's not like, City's playing Norwich 6-0, 5-0, however you want to score that.
Yeah.
It's also a lot more even.
Yeah,
Money is completely different in that league.
Yeah. But to wrap up the results, Hoffenheim and Union Berlin got a 2-2 draw. Union Berlin doing bits again. They look like they're looking good.
It looks like my prediction is completely wrong. I thought they were going to suffer the second season syndrome, but they're just doing their thing.
I think they've run well. I think they're doing their thing. Hertha, on the other side of Hertha, on the other side of Berlin, Hertha lost 2-1 to Wolfsburg. Baku, the young right back, and Lucas Nemcha
I'm a big fan of
his
him.
first goal for Wolfsburg. Baku or Nemcha?
Baku. Yeah.
I'm a big fan of both of them. Baku obviously rose to a lot of stardom when FIFA gave him a 10 a season. But if you watch football before that, he'd actually...
he plays right back, rapid. Right wing, centre mid, wherever the fuck you want to play him, he plays there.
Yeah. And Nemcha is a sick signing for Wolfsburg because they needed a backup striker to Wout Weghorst. And they got one, and he produced a goal on the weekend that won them the game. So
that's it.
I think it's interesting. I think it's interesting that Wolfsburg coming up a big season, eh?
I think Wolfsburg.
And they didn't really sell. They haven't sold LaCroix, and they haven't sold.
They haven't sold their big boys. So
yeah, not many people come in for Weghorst because he's a very unique player that had a 6 foot 6 strikers.
Burnley will go in for him. He'll go to Burnley.
Yeah. Fucking Arsenal should take him at this point.
Did you watch the Freiburg game? Freiburg versus Dortmund? 2-1.
Oh, bloody hell, I did. Vincenzo Griffo, take the out. My God, how do you hit a ball like that?
That was also a very, very big win for Freiburg against Dortmund.
I don't know if you watched, but Jude Bellingham arguably had one of the best games I've watched him play.
Did you? I only watched highlights, so I couldn't really...
Failed to hit target, but he was involved in every Dortmund attack that should have resulted in a goal, and he was part of the own goal that Freiburg scored to make it 2-1. He was the only thing they really fucking had moving for him.
Well, again, Dortmund again is one of those teams that they are going through a rebuild. Yeah, they lost their Jaden Sancho. They might lose their Haaland next season.
And I don't think they'll lose Haaland at all. But this is my thing with Dortmund, and if I was a Dortmund fan, I'd be frustrated, right? My thing, it's kind of what happens when I've watched Arsenal as I was younger, and my dad used to explain it to me. If you support an attacking team that focuses on attack, right, you can handle losing as long as you've scored. You know what I mean? As long as you've scored a few. So when Arsenal would lose 5-3 and shit, it was way less painful than losing 2-0.
Yeah.
Dortmund fans would be fucking pissed off that they've gone and lost 2-1 against Freiburg.
Well, that's it. And we said it as well in our predictions video. Dortmund have a great attack, but a black hole in defense.
Yeah, and it's just interesting because you got Zagadou and stuff there.
That should be good
really
enough.
Promising. Yeah, Zagadou never really delivered. You came to start him quickly, but. And Hummels is good to have there. I'm not saying anything negative about Hummels. Obviously, he's old, but you need to have someone like him in your club. But yeah, I just think something. Yeah, they after that loss to Bayern in that cup,
3-0 or something like that.
Yeah, it was something. Haaland was really unlucky that whole game, but I just think they've dropped off a bit. But no doubt they'll come back and
they're young. Jude Bellingham's 18, 19. Gio Reyna's 19. Haaland's 21 or whatever. So they'll be fine.
And they got a young midfield, so they'll be sweet. But in other news, they were. Well, let's go to Bayern before we go to the 4-0 results. Bayern beat Collard 3-2. All goals coming in the second half. Gnabry securing a double. This is what I mean, man. In past times, that's 6-0. But fans are back. That's it. Fans are freaking back. And Bayern aren't the club I think we think they are. At the moment.
At the moment, sure. I also think it's because there may be some discontent in the dressing room because Lewandowski wants a new challenge, apparently.
Fair.
That could be something. So fair. That could be something like, oh man, this 30 goal a season striker's leaving. who's going to fill that void? Can they even bring someone in because they already signed Kimmich and that to a new contract?
No doubt Bayern knows where to find talent from.
Yeah.
And all that good stuff. They're most probably facing the same thing as Spurs. Spurs are most probably going, all right, Bayern, if they wanted to, could play Sane and Gnabry up top together. Spurs are facing the same thing. They're facing a reality of we have to play Son and Lucas up top and Dele Alli plays behind them.
Yeah.
Bayern could have the same thing if Lewandowski does leave. However, I do think Lewandowski will hold a level of respect for Bayern and go, I'll play this season. But by the end of this season, I'm out. And you have literally 9 months to find a set-in-stone replacement.
Yeah.
Yeah. But interestingly enough, they lost out on players like Andre Silva to Leipzig. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it is interesting. But speaking of Leipzig, that was my perfect segue. If anyone didn't notice, we have I'm not going to say the second coming of Puskás, but the greatest thing to happen to Hungarian football since Puskás is Dominik Szoboszlai.
Yeah, he's great.
Did you see that free kick?
Yeah, I did see
People
that.
That don't know, he was on the sideline between halfway and the 18-yard box, and he hit when you tilt your body back and you cut through the bottom of the ball so it spins backwards, and he hit it so perfectly into the box that it actually went into the corner of the goal, like the side netting.
Stupid.
But the way it travelled was just, even the keeper was just like, it was one of those goals where the centre-backs looked at the keeper and they're like, oh, shit. Nothing you could do, nothing we could do.
It's just unfortunate he never went to the Euros. I think he would have had a great Euros if he was there.
Well, imagine if Hungary were in that group, we still start playing.
That's it.
But, I think, like I said last week when Leipzig lost, Leipzig created enough chances, they just didn't finish them. This week they finished them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Szoboszlai is looking the goods. But speaking of another left-sided player, Leverkusen went and fucking whacked Mönchengladbach. Excuse the language.
Good on you, Leverkusen. I like Leverkusen.
I forgot his first name. I think it's Musa. But
Musa Diaby, yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't he used to be at Arsenal?
No, I don't think he was. No, that's Abu Diaby.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, no, Diaby was our centre midfielder. He was so talented, but his knee was so fucked. He could never recover. But Musa Diaby, a goal and an assist in a 4-0 win for Leverkusen, and he's really taking on that wide midfielder role after Leon Bailey's left.
Oh, exactly it. Good bit of stepping up. He's also very young. I think he's like 21, 22. So he'll be there for quite a while, I hope, and just doing the bits in the Bundesliga.
Yeah. And, it's hard to tell, but I think Game of the Week most probably went to Leipzig's performance, to be honest. Yeah. In my opinion.
I reckon Game of the Week was Fiorentina, Roma. Purely for how mental that game was.
Just quickly, I have completely forgot. West Ham did play Leicester this morning and dominated. Jose Perez could be facing a lengthy suspension.
Fuck off. What did he do?
His challenge. He went shoulder to shoulder, and in real time, you're like, how the fuck is that a foul? Like, he's just gone shoulder to shoulder. When you watch it in slow-mo, the guy on the guy's leg, he's collected him like above the ankle. Studs up.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, it's quite bad. But Ben Rama getting a goal and an assist, and Antonio with 2 goals and an assist. He broke Ticanio's record. Well done, Mikel Antonio.
We really like Mikel.
Yeah, we do like Mikel, and he's famous for good reasons on TikTok nowadays. If you know, you know. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I'm not on TikTok.
All right. But tomorrow in the AFL Cup, there are some interesting games, aren't there?
There are. I also want to point out West Brom are doing really good. They smashed Sheffield 4-0. Sheffield United, not Wednesday.
Yeah.
And they're doing well. West Brom. They'll come back up and then they'll probably go back down again. But anyway.
So if you're listening to this on a Wednesday, they may have already played, but Barrow is versing Villa. And then on another Premier League front, Brentford's versing Forest Green Rovers. Cardiff are versing Birmingham. Brighton. Huddersfield versus Everton.
Woo!
Leeds versus Crewe Alexandria. Sheffield versus Derby, which is a great championship battle. They're both in the mud.
Sheffield United or Wednesday?
Yeah. United. Nottingham Forest versus Wolves, which is the battle of the 2 Portuguese clubs in
João
England.
Carvalho.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And Watford versus Palace is on tomorrow as well. And besides that, there's not much going on tomorrow except for Champions League qualification. PSV versus Benfica.
Is West Brom Arsenal tomorrow?
Malmo. No, I believe that's Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Yeah, it is. Thursday, 5 a.m. We have West Brom, Southampton have Newport, Newcastle versus Burnley. They put a few games on the later end, so like the viewership and stuff.
Yeah.
Then in the Champions League qualification on Thursday morning, if you want to watch, you got Brøndby versus FC Salzburg, which would be good. Zagreb versus Sheriff, and Shakhtar versus Monaco, which would be very interesting.
That'll be a good game.
So yeah. Besides that,
lots of football to watch. And lots of OzSide to watch.
Go watch some more bloody football, eh?
Yeah, but, if this teaches you anything, so watch some bloody football. Whether that be fucking Burnley versus Brighton, whether that be
bloody Shakhtar versus Monaco. It's all the same.
That's it. It's all the same.
It's all beautiful. It's all beautiful.
It's all 22.
They're all trying to stay on side and not racist.
That's it. Stay on side, not racist. Buy some Hellas, you fucks.
But yeah, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, all that good stuff. And we will see you on Friday evening for another episode of Transfer Weekly.
Yes.
Yes.
Goodbye.
All right. Goodbye, good people.
Me and Lil J, we Scotty MJ. Passing the rock, we're hitting the fade. Pull up in a whip with 21 faves. Here come the bastards, 21 days. Got you, boy, I know he's a waste. Baby, I know that you want a little taste. I know you want all the bass in your face. Brand new bag and brand new nails. Me and Lil J, we Scotty MJ. Passing the rock, we're hitting the fade. Pull up in a whip with 21 faves. Here come the bastards, 21 days.